grows, anything goes. Devil is alive, looking for the prize. That's eternal life, and bringing the things in my mind. I'm talking real peace of mind. That's something money can't buy.
What's up, YouTube fam? It's your boy KingMarcell, and we back with another video. Today we about to be checking out why has all of hip hop just turned on Drake for good. Excuse me. We all know why. You feel me? At this point, if you guys been watching my reactions on this channel, why? Because he has thought that he was going to use his culture vulture ways for those specific group of people that he's working for, that he's a part of, and thought that he was going to take over the music industry and destroy it for so-called black artists. I say so-called black artists because I don't go by the notion that we're black. That's a color in the crayon box, and I believe I look brown. So again, that's something that we're going to end up diving into further in this channel once we're a little further along, because again, I want to break into the algorithm before I start talking about certain topics. So make sure you guys like this video, hit the comment. I said hit the comment section up too. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to give me more feedback. You know what I'm saying? Let me know down in the comment section how you feeling about the channel, what you think I can improve it, and things of that nature. Other than that, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you're notified whenever I do drop a video here. We on the road to 100 subscribers. We at 77 of them things, so make sure you guys are subscribing up. Other than that, let's get right into this reaction.
Everything that's been going on between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, aside from their own personal differences, the diss tracks they have released, and what this back and forth means for the entirety of hip-hop. One of the most eye-opening aspects of this whole feud that is going to change the way both of their careers move forward is how they are judged through the eyes of their peers. And after Kendrick Lamar's Pop Out concert and his Not Like Us video shoot, seeing the entire West Coast, from Tyler the Creator to Dr. Dre, stand alongside Kendrick and support what he is doing at the moment, to even other artists in the crowd like Rick Ross or even The Weeknd and SZA. It looks like
The Weeknd was there?
The biggest artist in music. What feels like everyone has done nothing but support Kendrick Lamar and champion what he's doing at the moment, but when it comes to Drake, it seems like every time he looks back in his corner, there are just less and less rappers standing beside him. And while this may seem insane,
ain't nobody fucking with this lame ass nigga,
or even be associated with the OVO rapper in any way, shape, or form, when you understand why this is, you may just agree with them. Now, while Drake has been under the most scrutiny of his entire career at this very moment in time,
he want to be a demon so bad
in hip-hop with other rappers has been building for a while, and this is because as his career has went on and his fame has grew to more astounding levels, he has went against some of the most coveted principles in hip-hop, and not in a way that pushed the art form forward and helped create a
not at all
for the genre, but actually in a way that did quite the opposite. Now, what I am referring to by this is really the way Drake's entire demeanor changed towards the late 2010s, as he went from the guy who was making music that, while extremely popular and accessible, did still have a lot of integrity, passion, and identity behind it.
To be more, put it in layman's terms, he was more humble. Even though we found out back then he wasn't writing loud as shit, he was bragging on shit he shouldn't have been bragging on, but he was more humble. Now this nigga, I don't know who the fuck he think he is nowadays, man. He think he a mobster. He think he the world mixed in one, bro.
That, while extremely popular and accessible, did still have a lot of integrity, passion, and identity behind it, to just somebody who threw out this care and respect for his craft and only began to make decisions based on what could help his project sell the most copies and rack up the most streaming numbers. Now, you can see this very clearly reflected in just how the length in Drake's albums increased from something like Nothing Was the Same in 2013, which his standard version had 13 songs, to something like Scorpion, which had a whopping 25 tracks in 2018. And it's not just that Drake was making his albums longer and letting the quality go down as a sheer result of letting these projects run for too much time. But looking deeper into this, what has really turned so many of the greatest creative minds in rap against him is what he has done to not just make these albums so extended, but by the very method he has puppeteered in order to make some of his biggest charting hits throughout the entirety of this era in his career, which spans all the way to this very day. Now, when we go through Drake's catalog ever since the quality of his music started to decline rapidly, despite all the #1s he has made and all of the viral moments every single one of his projects gives us, when you look beyond all the hype and noise, there is no musical identity Drake has anymore. And while most of the best rappers never get
it's nothing that we can look to say that, yeah, that's Drake's sound. We don't have that anymore. We had that in the early 2000s. You feel me? I mean, the late 2000s, early 2010s. But now he has culture vultured so many different styles and stuff. I feel like he don't even know who he is no more. He's like an actor who's lost in his persona. And that persona has taken on so many other personas that this nigga think he in fucking Inception or some shit. He don't know who the fuck he is no more. He don't know if he Jamaican, England, fucking American, fucking Canadian, Jewish, black, white. He all of these things mixed in one. He dealing with the Rock complex. He doing that same shit that the Rock doing. These niggas want to be a part of the fucking rainbow and want to be a part of every culture and want to just have a sparkling clean image in every single facet of their lives. Nigga, you ain't perfect, nigga. But they try to come off as that so much. That's why I'm so glad Kendrick shattered that shit for Drake. He totally obliterated that for Drake. And I feel like the ramifications for that shit going forward, because this nigga doing a lot of corny shit, it's finna be the destruction of his career. He's about to do it, not Kendrick. It's not finna be none of that shit he said, because all he have to do is take a break and then come back. But he can't do that. That's what I realized, because my thing is any right-minded motherfucker would have done that. He can't do that. So he's going to stay in all of our faces and self-destruct. And we just going to watch it before our eyes. And it's fucked.
One of his projects gives us. When you look beyond all the hype and noise, there is no musical identity Drake has anymore. And while most of the best rappers never get put inside of a box anyway because of their brilliance and ability to break down barrier after barrier, with Drake, this lack of a real musical label at this point is because of something much different. Now, with most other rappers that are near or on Drake's level, they'll try to expand their artistry and find a new wave to not just grow their music through, but also to push themselves forward as an individual. But with the way Drake creates music, he does not do this same type of reflection, and instead, he spends his time searching for what waves other artists are making and then determines which sounds he should attach his brand to help push himself forward. Now, this is why Drake is always running to work with young and buzzing artists, whether it was somebody like Lil Baby or even the Migos back then, or even artists now like Lil Yachty, Yeat, and Tizo Touchdown. Because Drake knows that by teaming up with artists like these who are able to create waves that turn the tides in music, it will supplement for the creativity that he does not have. This is also why Drake has been able to release a new project in every single year for almost a decade at this point, because without having to rethink how he wants to approach the sound of an album like a Travis Scott does, or without thinking about how to continue his personal story like Kendrick Lamar's had, Drake can just run right off the merits of other artists for all other people. Kept Drake relevant year after year, as he is always jumping on buzzing trends. This is also what's turned
off of up and coming artists that is looking for a way to blow up faster, and it was this thing called the Drake effect. And if you get Drake on your song, your shit instantly gets sent to the moon. But now people are understanding that, man, it wasn't just a Drake effect, that these artists had their own effect that Drake used. He made these people feel like, oh no, y'all need me. And that it wasn't reciprocal. Like, it wasn't that on his side too, that he needed y'all. He needed y'all way more than than y'all ever needed him. Y'all was on y'all way and y'all just had to stay the course. But a lot of people want shortcuts in life. And Drake has been a shortcut for a lot of people. But it's like, at what cost? Because a lot of these same people who use Drake for his Drake effect, they not even in music no more. And he's still propelling himself to heights that we've never seen. Come on, y'all mean to tell me this nigga is the nigga who's supposed to surpass Mike? Drake was supposed to be the artist who surpassed fucking Michael Jackson? How? I just looked up today. Because motherfuckers be trying to make it seem like it's even close between him and Kendrick, and people could try to say Grammys don't matter, this and that, but the Grammys, I give it to people who are creating art. That's the thing. Who created the best art? And people be trying to hate on Kendrick for how I had to look that shit up. How many Grammys does Kendrick Lamar have? Do y'all know that Kendrick Lamar has 17 Grammys? How many do you think Drake got? Drake only has fucking 5 Grammys compared to Kendrick's 17. Why is that? He's not original. He hasn't done anything original. To me, see, people try to say that Scorpion shit and all that other shit was good. After Take Care, Drake put out straight garbage after Take Care. It was a few songs here and there that was okay, but to me, he never caught my ear again like with Take Care. And then I find out that half of that album was The Weeknd's. It makes me mad that I wasn't more of a Weeknd fan back then. I'm still not now because I looked at him as one way. So I never like gave his music a chance, but to know that one of my favorite albums, because Take Care is literally one of my favorite albums. I would sit here and lie to y'all if I said that Drake doesn't have any project that made me like really be like, damn, this nigga. Back then when he dropped that shit, I'm like, oh, this nigga, this nigga, why he dropping shit like this? But then to find out that was not his shit, man. That's damn near the project that he won the Grammys on. Like, come on, this nigga is just straight fraud. And it's like, how are we going to continue to let this man do this shit? I don't think it's going to continue. It's too many videos like this being made.
To his enemy. Now, to take a look back in time with some of the artists Drake has major beef with right now, Kendrick Lamar, Rick Ross, The Weeknd, Future, Metro Boomin, and A$AP Rocky have all once been very close to Drake in years past, and Drake's relationships with all of these names was not just a typical industry friendship, but what Drake did when working with these names was strategically take something from them to try to inherit into his own identity going forward. Now, whether this was the cold and somber melodic style of The Weeknd's that was used throughout so much of Take Care to make that album the landmark that it became, or was the swagger of A$AP Rocky, which made Drake way more comfortable when it came to approaching club records, or the bravado and stature of a Rick Ross, which made Drake feel like he could rap like somebody who is a lot more feared than he actually is, or just the general grip on Atlanta and the entirety of hip-hop culture that Future had that pretty much Drake tried to mirror. When we look at all of the biggest artists who have turned on Drake, one of the main reasons these guys don't like him anymore is because they are on the other side of where all of the younger artists around him are at in the current day, and they have seen that a working relationship with him, despite what people will say, and always praise him for putting artists on and giving them their biggest hit songs. At the end of the day, is just as beneficial to Drake because by doing just
Didn't I just say all of this?
Artists are charging the battery that he can't charge himself, which for all intents and
Didn't I just say all of this? Didn't I just say all this verbatim right hand to God? I never seen this video. But it's just obvious what he's doing. And it's the fact he thought the shit was gonna last. He thought he was just gonna keep saying he was number one for real. And he was. Look at all these freaky ass niggas in here. I just noticed that. These are the freaky ass niggas that Kendrick was saying is around his son. Look at the Donnas down there in the corner, man. Look at that Donnas down there in the corner, man. With all these freaky ass niggas around him. Now look at him, man. That shit is not cool. This shit is not okay. This the same little nigga you didn't even want to claim. Now you got them all in your videos and shit, trying to prove a point to other niggas. Like, this nigga is so fucking weird, bro. This nigga, he just give off just weirdo. This weirdo.
Purposes is keeping his career in power and just tricking the public into thinking that he is this versatile music wizard, which after doing
this is
a
little
little
boy daddy right here. Like, what?
This is just a sheer and utter lie. Now, between the shallow way Drake creates music and the way that he has morphed the art of album making into this sort of cheap commercial ploy that's meant to be a sensational piece of content that will engage the masses instead of actually resonating with people on any sort of a deep level, which at the end of the day is what the goal of all great music is on some level. As this type of album building method has caused Drake to always sneak diss all of these names who have distanced themselves from him, and as a result have stirred the pot and are really the reason why any of this happened to Drake in the first place. All in all, between this loss of genuine artistry and the way that Drake has attacked and taunted hip-hop legends and icons in the culture, whether it's Pharrell Williams, who despite being one of the most beloved and respected people in the entire music industry, Drake has taunted over and over again, or of course, Tupac, whose jewelry he holds up like a trophy, whose legacy he plays around with like a prop, which the entire world saw on the extremely distasteful Tailor-Made Freestyle. When you put all this together, it's this loss of any genuine care and respect for the lineage of the genre he profits off that has soiled Drake's image to so many other rappers and has made him one of the most hated men in hip-hop today, and Drake would not be as disrespected as he is today if he didn't always make it so easy for his appearance to just be made fun of, and this is why
See, he
today's
a
video
fucking
is
robot.
brought
That's
to you
what
by
telling us. That's what they was telling
Manscaped.com,
us.
the global men's lifestyle brand that's disrupting the beard market. Now, if you're like me, it's probably
He
time
said
to
way into
throw
that ass so swole. I fuck with it, but you know what I'm saying?
international shipping with promo code FANTASTIC at manscaped.com. And now, let's get back to the video. So now on the other side of this coin, when it comes to why rappers don't just respect but love Kendrick Lamar, it's because he's everything that Drake isn't. Now, where
Literally.
Drake does everything to appeal to as many people as possible, Kendrick Lamar only does everything to impress one person, himself. And ironically,
And no, it ain't just himself though. It's he make music for the people. That's who he want his recognition from. And that's why I don't expect for these people, not to say it like that, but I don't expect for them to understand that. Kendrick ain't fighting for nobody's acceptance other than his people. He's making music for his people, and if others rock with it, then they rock with it. But he gonna talk about what hip hop was originally created for, and it was to talk about the struggle. And he literally one of the only artists who's still doing that genuinely. These other niggas out here talking about killing each other, murdering each other. That ain't what hip hop was about. It was talking about the problems that we was dealing with as a culture as we was trying to be respected in the world after segregation, after Jim Crow, after slavery. That's what hip hop was supposed to represent. The talking about the fighting spirit from niggas that we gonna prevail. That's what hip hop was supposed to represent. But in talking about our trauma, getting it out so that we can self-reflect, that's what hip hop was about. Not this bullshit karaoke ass style movement that Drake has introduced to us that everybody is eating up. And when you see the product of that shit at the clubs, when we man, like, come on, for the people who are above 30, y'all seen Drake when y'all was in high school. Y'all seen, and I know this because I was there. I was in high school. Y'all seen how the world changed. And y'all don't blame these artists, but this is who y'all are trying to be like. But y'all not gonna blame the artists. Y'all not gonna blame Nicki for a lot of this weird shit that's going on. Y'all not gonna blame Drake for a lot of this weird Cash Money Records. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I fucked with Wayne, but that label as a whole has literally every rapper wanted to be Wayne. Everybody got dreads and shit because Wayne. Niggas start murdering each other at extremely high rates. Why? Because the shit that label, and it's been it's hella other labels, but they was like the focal point. I'm not saying that right, but they was the central point that like set off this chain reaction, and they bred this nigga. They bred this nigga who not us, not from us, not for us, to take over our industry. Man, this shit deeper than what motherfuckers try to say. People try to keep it so surface level. This shit is way deeper than that
garnered
shit,
him
man.
the most respect, as in a world where it seems like more musical grifters have chased the type of short-term success that Drake has been dominating through. Kendrick has served as a breath of fresh air in the music world as he has stood in the face of everything wrong in the industry and has redefined just how authentic and cutting-edge a superstar can still be in hip-hop. Now, whether this is because of his studio albums, which have all changed the status quo within their own way, as Kendrick has redefined how rappers can express themselves as a whole and expanded on how well thought out, lyrically profound, and musically dynamic concept albums can be, and with every single one of his records giving him more and more respect in the rap world, as he hasn't just inspired artists to show out with their best work possible, but he has also collaborated with creatives from so many different eras and of all sizes throughout his career to not benefit from their style in a manner where he is biting off them and using their creativity as a crutch for the lack of his own, but instead, every time Kendrick teams up with another musician, he's given them a platform to show off what makes them special.
Like he just did at the Pop Out. Not even because people try to make it seem like that's the first time he did that. Think of To Pimp a Butterfly. Think about those beats. Do y'all know that every beat on there was created by an actual artist and wasn't just like some beat that was created in the studio on electronics and on computers? That it was actual black people who play instruments He put so many people on. He paid so many people for their genuine art. That's what we talking about pushing it forward. Not the violent shit, not the bullshit. Black people who actually are smart, who actually want something out of life, who believe in the arts, who understand that these things are deeper than just a song to dance to, that this is supposed to be something that people's lives are going to be surrounded around. So you put forth that effort into it. It's no effort in Drake's music. It's copied and paste, literally, that we finding out with all his ghostwriters. He's copy and paste on a fucking computer screen, bro. He a nigga from my player. He ain't in the real NBA. Kendrick in the real NBA with it. You feel me? If we gonna use analogies, Drake is a fucking my player created motherfucker. Like, for real. He's not real. He's fabricated. I don't know how many like different, because it's not even a metaphor at this point. Like, we are literally telling y'all he's acting like Drake. He's not really this man that he's portraying to be in front of us. That's not him. But so many people have built their own personas over the years off of Drake. So it's hard for them to let that go or to admit that, damn, I copied the faker. So does that make me fake? But if you copied anybody and you didn't keep yourself genuine, of course you're a faker. You was a faker already.
Signature skills into whatever body of work he is making and whatever story he is trying to convey. Now, because Kendrick's collaborative ability has directly resulted in rappers releasing some of the best feature verses of the entire 2010s, he has been known as one of the best artists to work with in the entire industry, no matter who he is in the studio with, because he doesn't just take an artist's worth and try to work with them just so he can take what they're doing and be the one to receive applause from it. But he genuinely understands the worth of every creative he crosses paths with, and will team up with somebody to make genuinely great art that will change both of their lives and the people listening to it. And now, aside from having all of this respect and goodwill within the hip-hop community for all these years, Kendrick has taken everything to the next level, and he's managed to become even more loved than ever when he took this respect and the superstar status he has attained, and in the most recent chapter of his career, has just went head-on in an all-out beef with Drake. Now, for calling out Drake with the force that pretty much no other rapper ever could, on top of being respected for his musical greatness, Kendrick has now been able to put Drake in his place after years of what feels like exploiting hip-hop's worth and milking the genre like a cash cow, and just because of the sheer force Kendrick came at him with, and ended up humiliating Drake and sinking his reputation to this all-time low that he's at right now. The perfect blend of artistic integrity and authenticity, and now the fact that Kendrick was pretty much the voice of most other rappers, as he just told Drake that he can no longer get away with what he has been doing. It has cemented his place as one of the most loved rappers, period, and at the end of the day, Kendrick Lamar will always remain within these graces no matter what direction he goes in, because as a result of the way he so freely expresses himself in any way that he feels. Especially right now in an industry where it feels like so many artists are just lying to themselves. This trait makes him stand out as a beacon of inspiration to all rappers new and old who are trying to innovate their craft and be the best artists they can be. And now by seeing Kendrick hand Drake the biggest L of his career and put him into a downfall that we are all witnessing right now, it looks like these sentiments will only reign stronger in the future. So all in all, when we look at why Team Drake looks like this, yet Kendrick Lamar has the entire genre supporting him and everything he has done in this beef. It all comes down to the fact that at the end of the day, Kendrick Lamar is a true creative that embodies everything hip-hop stands for and so much more on a scale that nobody comes close to. Meanwhile, with Drake, at this point, he is just a flimsy brand who chases trend after trend and is desperate to amass the most streaming numbers possible, and as a result of this, as a result of using artists like stepping stones and taking their style and leaving them in the dust, and as a result of disrespecting hip-hop culture by flaunting legends' jewelry and items like trophies in such a distasteful way, rappers will forever despise Drake.
Literally.
So let me know, do you think the respect Kendrick Lamar and Drake get by their peers is justified? I can't wait to hear what you have to say, and a huge thanks to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. Be sure to click the link in the description or the pinned comment to check them out. Now, if you want to see one rapper that is still on Team Drake, as he absolutely despises Kendrick Lamar, and find out why their feud may just be the next major thing to take over the rap world, check out the suggested video.
What are you talking about? Oh, Lupe. Man, ain't nobody worried about Lupe, man. Lupe Lupe ain't up there. I don't like. He's never been up there. I don't know why the fuck they trying to make this a conversation. Like, and Lupe, I'm from Chicago. Lupe from Chicago. Lupe, you ain't fucking with Kendrick. Stop it. Please stop it. You're not winning that either. It's not close at all. So can we stop that, please? Like, please stop that. He's gonna lose. Like, he's just trying to rebark his career. Please, Lupe. At least for me, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Sorry, not sorry. But as far as Drake, man, I'm hoping it's the end of this nigga, man. By the end of this year, with a lot of this stupid shit that he's doing, these antics that he's pulling after taking this L, he just can't take the L and let it be. He's finna do the most. You can just tell he finna crash out. Y'all finna hear Drake is about to crash out on a level that we've never. Fuck Ja Rule. We finna see this shit on a level that has never been seen before. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys think the same, and if you don't think the same, you know what I'm saying, let me know why. Why do y'all think that this is something that Drake can come back from? The AI, this is using Pac voice, having his jewelry, not just his jewelry, for real, all of it, just sleeping with everybody's woman. Y'all think that hip hop, or let alone just hip hop, but do y'all think just music as a whole is about to be coming to Drake for that Drake effect still? Does the Drake effect still exist? I don't think so. But let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. Make sure you guys hit that like button, that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified whenever I do drop a video here. We on the road to 100 subscribers. We at 77 of them things, so make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button. But with that being said, KingMarcell out. Peace.
When the pain grows, anything goes. Devil is alive, looking for the prize. That's eternal life, and bringing the things in my mind. Talking real peace of mind. That's something money